Here is a list of things that I do not do in a relationship that some may not agree with. Number 1, I do not expect for him to cover my monthly self-care expenses. Those were my expenses before the relationship. I budgeted for them. I can afford them. They are things that I like to enjoy during my me time. Number 2, I do not care how he utilizes social media. He can comment, share, like, and interact. I am going to comment, share, like, and interact. That is the use of social media. I create content. I expect that he would have ideas for me. He can expect to get some ideas from me. If you utilize social media the right way, it can provide additional financial resources. So I by no means care how he utilizes the platforms. When it's we time, it's we time, and we disconnect. Number 3, I do not expect for him to share his cell phone location with me, but I will share mine with him. And it's simply because I know that he is a man's man, and that he can protect himself. But as a woman in this environment, I like knowing that he knows where I am, not to track me, but to keep me protected and to keep me safe. And that if I'm in a situation where I need him, if I'm having car problems, if there's just a situation where I am uncomfortable, he can easily get to me. Number 4, I do not expect him to be perfect. I give him space to error without feeling like he's going to be beaten down because he erred or he made a mistake. I genuinely believe that we forget when we enter into a partnership that the two people in the partnership are of their own free will, and they are of their own decision making, and that they have their own hobbies and interests and friends outside of the relationship, and things happen. And I don't expect for him to be perfect. I believe in giving people space to mistake, because when you give people space to mistake, that's where growth happens. Number 5, I do not expect for him to be the primary financial breadwinner of the relationship. I was raised a very long time ago by my father that I should never have to depend on a man for anything financially, and that allowed me to have the man I wanted and not the man that I needed. And I'm cool that sometimes he got it and sometimes I got it, and sometimes it's 50-50 and sometimes it's 70-30, and sometimes it's like neither one of us need it. I think that's healthy in a relationship. It's just, I got your back and you got my back, and we can do this or we can't do this. It's communication. But by no means do I pressure him to be the financial breadwinner.
Oh my God! Wow! Due to the modern age we're living right now, the first thing that comes to your mind when you see a woman like this is, oh, she's probably some OnlyFans girl trying to, play because she's gotten older now. Or probably she's done something in the past and she's just trying to compensate for that. That's how fucked up the world is right now, if I'm being honest. That's how fucked up the world, because the world is full of just, a bunch of OnlyFans girls running around. And I'm very sure there's still good women out there. I'm very, very sure about that. But according to what she said, I'm going to touch on 3 things, the location thing, the perfection thing, and also she spoke about hobbies. Let me speak about the location thing first. I've always said this so many times. Me personally, if I'm dating a woman, the location is very important for me. It's not because I want to track her. It's not because I want to see where she is at a particular time. But if that woman is living with me and living in my home, because I'm never going to live in a woman's home, she has to live with me, or she can stay in a place. If she has a home place, I don't need the location. It's not important to me. But if she's living with me, the location is important. Because if that woman is living under your roof, I don't even want to bring race into it, because if she's a white woman, it's a totally different story. If she's black, it's a total different story. But if that woman is living under your roof, you need to have a location of where she is at every single time for safety reasons. Because if anything happens to that girl, you're going to be the primary suspect. I usually say this a lot, and people are like, "Oh yeah, you're just trying to control me." I'm not trying to control you. I ain't got time for that. It's just you living under my roof in a home I pay for. I need to know where you are because your parent knows you're living with me. Your brothers know you live with me. People know you live with me. If anything goes wrong, I'm going to be the primary suspect. I'm going to be the focal point of the investigation. But if I know where you go, if anything happens to you, I can easily track you down. Or maybe you send me like some SOS, some emergency shit. I can easily track you down to help you in a situations like that. God forbid something happen, you go out with your friend or whatever and something is going on and you hit me with some SOS, I can easily come there right there. I don't need to ask you for address. I know the location, I'm right there. That's the first part. The second part is the hobby thing. I've heard that stupid shit a lot of time. Women say this all the time. Oh, if you don't travel like I like it, I'm not gonna date him. If you don't listen to the same music, I'm not gonna date him. If he's not good doing what I like, I'm not gonna do it. Well, newsflash: men and women hardly have anything in common. There's so many times I watch sports, and the girl I'm dating don't even give a shit about sport. There's so many things she wants to do, like go to the spa, and I don't want to go to the spa. Or sometimes we go on vacations and she wants to, go to the beach side or whatever, and I'm not interested in that shit. I only go because of her. If I was the only person, I ain't gonna go to the beach, to the beach. I don't got time for that. Most like men and women don't really have anything in common, like hobbies and shit. It's so rare for you to find a woman and a man that actually have the same hobby. It's very rare. So a lot of women saying this dumb shit like, oh, if you don't like to go to the concert, if you don't trust me, there's so many men that you're not gonna find the same hobby. Even in clubs. If you find him in club and you think he's a party person, you'll be surprised he's not. Maybe he's just there for that time. Maybe someone just broke his heart and is there. Or maybe both of you just party animals, and that's not a hobby. You're just a party animal. You just like to party. That's not an hobby. When I'm talking about hobbies, I don't think a man and a woman actually have any hobby in common. If you're lucky, maybe you'll find yourself a gamer girl, and you just games together. You just play video games together. If you're lucky. And the third part is the perfection. I've said it so many times. You cannot find a perfect person. You just have to deal with the flaws that comes with this person. I used to tell people that. A lot of women would tell you, I want him to be a leader. I want him to be a leader to lead me, to do this, to do that. But leaders have to fail. As a leader, he needs to fail. But modern women don't have the patience for him to fail. Once he fails, they're out. He needs to learn how to lead. No one is born a leader. He needs to learn how to lead you. And he has to fail before he becomes perfect at leading you. That's just the reality of leadership. Every CEO you know today that owns, that owns big companies, they've failed so many times before they got to that position of being in charge of a company. If you want your man to be a good leader, you gotta be willing to accept his failures because he has to fail. And I'm not talking about men that just cheat around and just cheat. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you keep making financial mistake, if you have a gambling problem, that's not a failure. It's just an addict to gambling. That's different. I'm talking about normal failures in life where maybe his finances is not perfect, maybe his attitude is not perfect, but he don't put your hands on you. He don't beat you. Nothing. He's not a bad person. It's just maybe he has some money problem and he's getting his shit together. Maybe he has some a little bit character flaws and These are the things you gotta deal with till it's perfect at leading you. But as a leader, he needs to fail. That's very important. But the modern women don't have the patience for it. That's why the relationship now is bad, because this man is saying, okay, I'm just gonna be a bad person. I'm just gonna be a bad boy. I'm not gonna lead nothing. I'm just gonna be a bad boy. That's why there's a generation of nonchalant man and bad man and irresponsible man. And we have a bunch of slutty women and irresponsible women. And I'm like I said earlier, there are good women out there like this person. I hope she's good. I hope she's what it's what she portray right now. I hope that's what she is. I hope that's who she is. Sorry. You know, but like I said earlier, when you see a woman like this that talk like this, people are gonna call her a pygmy. Oh, she's a pygmy. She's a this. She's a that. But maybe that's just who she is. Sometimes I like to give people benefit of doubt to just maybe that's just who she is. Maybe she's not a pygmy. That's just how she operates in her life. And you'll be surprised the people that are like these are the loneliest people. People might call her pygmy and call her this and call her that, but you'll be surprised the good people that are actually logical people. They're usually the people that are actually single. These are the people that they can't find a relationship. These are people that can't find a boyfriend or can't find a girlfriend because people think they're too good to be true. Or people just like toxic people. Like the relationship right now on dating market is just a toxic environment for everybody. And people like toxicity. And people like this might even be lonely. Might not get no man. And there are men like this. A lot of men like these are responsible, can't get no woman because, toxic people. But anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think about the whole situation in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my channel.